you seen Star Wars?
We've been waiting a long time for a Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, and it's finally here. It's a official teaser trailer. It's not the official trailer, even though it says official trailer. It says teaser trailer on the website. And so they normally do a longer trailer that shows a little bit more. But whatever. This is the first real look we've had at this movie. And I think the best word right now that's going throughout the fandom is just kind of underwhelming, honestly. And I don't want to be a little negative Nancy about any of this, but there's not much visually that I feel like distincts this from season 4 or just another episode of The Mandalorian on television on Disney Plus and a movie. So far, I mean, we haven't seen it in theaters, of course, or anything yet. This doesn't have a very cinematic kind of blockbuster feel to it. They also say maybe 2 words throughout this entire trailer. I think Din Djarin says impressive, and I think at the end, the Babu Frick species little guy says, "Good shot, baby." You see Sigourney Weaver in it. She doesn't say anything. It's all kind of comedic and action-packed for a trailer, which in some senses is very good. But in today's age, especially with Star Wars and everything, people always ask, "What's next? What can I sink my teeth into with this?" A lot of the times when they drop a Star Wars trailer, we do a lot of over-analyzing or, "What's this about? What's gonna happen in this movie?" and everything. I'm not feeling that with this movie right now. Sure, there's some cool things in it, "Oh, Zeb's in it. That's cool. Yeah, I remember Zeb. Thanks a lot, Dave Filoni." And the Razor Crest is back, I guess. I don't know how. I guess he got a new one because it's clearly not the old one that got destroyed and everything. The AT-ATs falling off the side of the mountain and everything. A lot of the stuff does look visually cool. This looks like a fun movie. Truly, I will say that. This looks like a fun movie and a fun time. But the problem is we've had 3 seasons of The Mandalorian. So it's like, well, we've had fun times, we've had good episodes of The Mandalorian, we've had good stories, but what is this about? I really have no idea what this movie's about. So looking at the official post on the Star Wars website, it says the evil empire has fallen and imperial warlords remain scattered throughout the galaxy. As the fledgling New Republic works to protect everything the rebellion fought for, they have enlisted the help of the legendary Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin and his young apprentice Grogu. The clan of two is ready for a fight. A brand new Razor Crest has landed in our first look at the highly anticipated next chapter of the Mandalorian story, alongside glimpses of Din Djarin and Grogu on their next adventure. So it's coming out next year, May 22, which is Memorial Day weekend, I believe, in 2026. I'm still excited for it just because it's a new Star Wars movie, but it has become very clear that this was a very last minute decision. I mean, remember the timeline of events. They, start talking to Sean Levy, then they announce 3 new Star Wars movies with James Mangold, Dave Filoni, Sharmina Bechinoy, and then like less than a year later, they're like, "Oh, but before all of that, we have another movie coming out, which is The Mandalorian and Grogu." So it's very obvious that season 4 was adapted into a movie. And that's kind of the issue I think a lot of people are going to have with this is it's like, why am I gonna go pay for this in theaters when we've had The Mandalorian and Grogu at home for 3 seasons, and this looks just like another season or another episode? I think the poster for it looks phenomenal. They've changed up the logo for The Mandalorian and Grogu slightly, and I really wish they would have just changed the title. I mean, the naming just based off of characters for a lot of these Star Wars titles that we've been doing for so long now, it's super uninspiring. It's not very original or anything that I find exciting. And this trailer is just a little underwhelming. Honestly, like, that's the word for it because you don't really get anything from this. To me, it's like if you hadn't shown this trailer, I would know just equally as much of what is going on in the movie, you know? So it's a very weird spot for Star Wars right now, and I do think it goes to show the issues we've had with Lucasfilm marketing for quite some time at this point, and I've been beating that drum, I wanna say since maybe 2018 at this point, so going on almost 7 years, I've said there's something wrong with Lucasfilm marketing because there are times where it seems like they're hitting it on all fronts and everything's working, everything's firing on all cylinders. This just doesn't feel like we have a new Star Wars movie coming out in, like, what, 8 months or something like that? I mean, it's not that far off. May 2026 is literally in the first half of next year. We're coming up kinda close to the end of 2025, is this teaser trailer really gonna get the marketing campaign and the hype train and excitement for The Mandalorian and Grogu going to a point where this could reach $1 billion? And I always use that $1 billion mark because when Disney bought Star Wars, that was their quota. They wanted $1 billion per Star Wars movie. Not 2, not a billion and a half, not 900 million. For them, they wanted $1 billion, and that is the benchmark for these movies. And if this movie doesn't hit that, you probably won't get a second or third one. You might get the second one from Dave Filoni, but like if this does 500 million, it might not happen, because if John Favreau can't get the $1 billion, what do they really think Dave Filoni could? It's just a very odd situation. And I do think that this is a keep us busy kind of Star Wars movie. This is very obvious. Disney really wants a Star Wars movie out. They are not happy that Lucasfilm hasn't released one since 2019. We're going on almost 7 years without a Star Wars movie in theaters. So Disney really wanted Lucasfilm to get this bad boy out, and we're more than happy to take the most popular show that they had and take season 4 and turn it into a movie. But at the same time, it's been so many years since we've seen season 3. Season 3 and the Book of Boba Fett really took a lot of the excitement away from The Mandalorian, where even diehard fans like, me and you are kind of like, where are we going with this now? Like, is there an end in sight? It's not like, oh, I have to see The Mandalorian come to a conclusion, but we're going on 6 years of the story, and I don't really know where we're at with it, it's very different than when season 1 released. The vibes and the feeling and the storylines, they all feel just very different. So, I don't know how to feel about this trailer, honestly. I don't know how to feel about the movie really anymore. I want it to hit $1 billion just because I do want the success of Star Wars, but I kinda understand that this isn't really doing much for a lot of people. But Lucasfilm's best hope is that a lot of casual audiences who remember The Mandalorian as a series and enjoyed it are gonna wanna see Grogu on the big screen, are gonna wanna see Din Djarin on the big screen. There is the potential of this being a big hit. The issue is right now, I think, is that a lot of diehard Star Wars fans, the core of the base, don't seem that enamored with this so far. I think they gotta do a little bit more to get us into this, because just based off of this, it's like, well, alright, it's another Mandalorian episode. Now it's a movie? Alright, cool, I guess I'll go see it, but do I really want to? And because we've had 3 seasons of The Mandalorian and even Book of Boba Fett and all that, it just seems kind of unclear the direction that storyline is going, and I think that does kind of affect the feeling for this movie, How many years has it been since season 3? How positively received was season 3? It's one of those things where it's like, is this movie coming out too late even for Disney and Lucasfilm? But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think about the trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu? Are you excited for it? Will you be there opening weekend? And do you think the ultimate question that me and Palpa memes debate now is, will this hit $1 billion in the box office? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching, my friends. I'll see you all next time. I'm Star Wars only, and may the force be with you always.